Ebenezer and Ebenezer Everywhere family. Whether you are in the building or around the globe, please join us as we honor our beloved pastor, the Honorable Rev. Dr. Raphael G. Warnock. For 18 faithful years, he has served as senior pastor of America's Freedom Church.
It takes courage to love and courage to truly live and courage to forgive. It takes courage to break old unhealthy habits, to break through barriers, to speak the truth, to stand up for righteousness and justice, to fight the good fight when all of the odds seem stacked against you. It takes courage to keep on keeping on.
Pastor Warnock is a doting dad, and his greatest loves are his children, Chloe and Caleb.
I have a 6-year-old daughter and a 4-year-old son. And yeah, that's my daughter and my son. Listen, I'm being sworn in there by the Vice President of the United States.
Yes.
First black woman in that spot. And lately, my son is obsessed with karate.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm embarrassed that as I was getting ready to be sworn in, he leaned back and tried to kick.
He tried to karate kick.
He tried to kick the vice president. And they are the two brightest stars in my universe.
Yes.
I love my children to death. The hardest part of this job is being away from them.
Pastor Warnock is the author of 3 books. His latest, a children's book called Put Your Shoes On and Get Ready, something his father used to tell him every morning.
And so in a real sense, he and my mom and my family, they're the inspiration behind this book. And they didn't have money to give me, but they equipped me with the things that were necessary.
Yes.
And affirmed my value and worth as a human being. I think that's the first lesson in education. So it's time, let's say it, to get up, get dressed, put your shoes on, and get ready. Thank you so much. Thank you.
A public servant called to pastor God's people through all of life's moments. Pastor Warnock stands beside us through our joyful celebrations, and he's there to comfort us when we mourn and weep.
Old Deke knew what he was saying. There's something that happens when God, he had seen the darkness of the Great Depression. He had seen the darkness of segregation. He had seen the ways in which his humanity was challenged every day, Monday through Friday. But on Sunday morning, he made it to the house of the Lord and said, shine on me. George Floyd, surrounded by those sworn to serve and protect, had his life literally squeezed out of him with a knee on his neck over a debate about a few dollars. Meanwhile, Wall Street bankers destroyed billions of dollars of household wealth through mortgage fraud and almost sent the whole American economy over the cliff, and not one banker went to jail. It's because there are too many crooked places. Thank God for the voices of people like Ella Baker, who pushed Dr. King and pushed Thurgood Marshall and pushed W.E.B. Du Bois. She worked with all of these powerful men.
Pastor Warnock is a prophetic leader who champions for fairness and justice. He speaks out for our voting rights and says voting is a type of prayer for the world we wish to see, a world where all God's children are safe and free.
Well, I was John Lewis's pastor.
Yeah.
And so I come out of a tradition where there are victories that seem like they're improbable, but you keep fighting anyhow.
His vision helped to launch the Multi-Faith Initiative to end mass incarceration. He was the keynote speaker for the NAACP's 68th annual Fight for Freedom Fund dinner in Detroit.
I choose an America that embraces all of us, red, yellow, brown, black, and white, rich and poor, gay and straight. I choose an America that represents the covenant that has bound us together, e pluribus unum, out of many one. Forgive the preacher for quoting scripture, but Jesus said, you shall know the truth and the truth will set you free.
And all stories are complicated. All families have complicated stories. And so does the American family.
Pastor Warnock continues to make history. He is the first black senator to win a full 6-year term from the state of Georgia.
And to God be the glory. And I want to thank the amazing people of Ebenezer Baptist Church. Who, amidst the attacks, stuck with your pastor. Thank you, Ebenezer Church.
And to Raphael Warnock, Reverend, Doctor, Senator. Congratulations on your historic victory. You stand in Dr. King's pulpit, and you carry on his purpose. And this service doesn't stop at the church door. It didn't with Dr. King, it doesn't with you.
I was raised in Caton Homes, but I lived on Cape Street. And I want you to know that there is a sense in which each of us lives on Cape Street, because there are heroes all around us. And there's a superhero in each of us. Ordinary folks whom God uses in extraordinary ways.